On today's show, we are talking about what makes a relationship work. Would you go back to an ex if you knew they were the one? Has jealousy ruined relationships for people? And if somebody does you dirty, do you take revenge? And what are some red flags in a relationship? And probably the main topic is going to be sexual freedom, white versus black.
Warning, the G Spot Chronicles contains adult content and adult language. So please remove all children from the room. And if you are not in a private setting, meaning if your ass is at work or at church or around some people you don't want to know that you on some freaky shit, please wear headphones. Welcome to the G Spot Chronicles. On this podcast, we focus on alternative relationship styles, kinks, fetishes, as they relate to the black community and all people of color. So sit back and enjoy the show.
And welcome to the G Spot Chronicles. Today, I got D and Lady T in here.
What's up?
And we got a couple questions that D has brought. Now, first I want to say this. So, kind of the main topic is going to be sexual freedom, white versus black. I think that's a huge topic in our community. But first, we're going to kind of roll through these questions. And
Oh, yes.
first one.
So our first one is, what makes a relationship work?
A good pimp hand. No, I'm just I would have to say it's very individual. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real roadmap to that. It is what two people or a group of people determine works for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that is true, but I feel like at the same time, you know, there are well, it just depends. Have you ever heard of, I forgot what the name is, but it's called I don't know if it's called the love triangle, but it's like
A triad.
the one where it has it's like a graph. It's like a triangle and it has compassion, proximity, and
Oh, yeah.
and all that, and how that makes a relationship work, and how you can have maybe two aspects of that and lack one part of it, but then that is maybe a lustful relationship.
See, even having a clinical background, I really try to stay away from set formats like that.
Why?
People are so individual. When you try to apply those things, they won't always work for you. Like, if you go to couples therapy, marriage therapy, you will find a therapist is trying to really seek out what the qualities are, what the flaws are, what one person can hold up, more than the other, and what the other can hold up more than the other, and then try to balance those out. When you have these books and curriculum and these kind of set standards, you also got to think about where that shit is coming from, because not all of that information is based off clinical research. A lot of that, I would say about a good 60% of the basis to those theories and structures are religious based. They come from religious morals.
I did not know that.
Filter into that. And then you have maybe a good 40% of material out there that is clinical based. You know what I mean? Research, trials, and stuff like that. So I really feel like it's best when two people can communicate really what their needs are.
Yeah.
And what they bring to the table, what they need, and really structure out the boundaries and rules of their own relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as a poly person, there are a lot of rules that monogamous people have relationships structured with that wouldn't even come close to working for me. You know what I mean? Like jealousy. Jealousy is a prime driver in monogamous relationships. It is seen as something that should be. Like, seeing your partner flirt or look at somebody else, you feel this sense of jealousy in monogamous relationships. It is just kind of accepted. In poly relationships, jealousy is repugnant. It is unattractive. It is immature, and it is a cancer to relationships. You know what I mean? You cannot be secure in anything that we have and feel jealousy, because jealousy is a feeling of a loss of security, a feeling of being replaced, feeling somebody can love somebody else more than you, want to sleep with somebody else more than you, a fear of losing your position. Jealousy incorporates all of that, and that totally doesn't work for me.
While you're on that jealousy conversation, I actually have a question. Do you think jealousy has ruined most, I would say things, but relationships now?
Absolutely. My personal view is jealousy is tolerable when you're young, or even if the relationship is young. But after you done put in so much time, and this is kind of where, at my age, when I look at it, right, people look at relationships as something that should be forever, right? Everybody looks at, no, I'm not going to say everybody, but the predominant population who subscribe to monogamous relationships go into relationships trying to see a whole lifetime with this person. They determine how much effort and what they want to put into a relationship by, can I see myself having a life with this person? They determine a lot of factors by how long they can see themselves being with you. So, in that case, I guess jealousy is tolerable in the beginning, but at a certain point, nigga, we've been fucking for 15 years. I'm tired of fucking you. That's something you can't even really say in monogamous relationships, because that prime directive of me and you and only me and you until we die, and anything other than that is a break of the relationship and it's over, doesn't allow for I'm tired of our sex, or I'm tired of our repetition, or whatever it is. I want to sleep with somebody else for a while, or I want to flirt with other people, or whatever. Any of that, your relationship is done. I feel like at a certain point, the jealousy has to go away. You got to be secure in the years that you put in with somebody. And I feel like it's healthier to play, to have a healthy relationship, strong, healthy boundaries, and to begin to release those sexual frustrations and play with something else for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have you never gotten jealous?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But because I've grown up seeing jealousy as a negative emotion, when I feel jealousy, I look inward. Why do I feel like I can be replaced? Why do I feel like this person is better than me? Why do I feel like this person is a replacement of me or something like that? And then I work that shit out. You know what I mean? But
what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say that I feel like I see it a lot on social media, how people are glorifying like possessiveness of their partner, and like just this super,
you can't go out with your friends,
or that you can't even talk to the opposite gender, like you can't have a conversation. And I see a lot of that online, and people glorify it like, oh, you should strive for this in a relationship, like, oh, he's this and that because, he's so possessive of his woman. And I didn't really realize how toxic that was until...
Or even if you follow a lot of like the comedy skits on like Instagram and Snapchat, it's always some... Like one of the biggest premises is the phone. A girl trying to get in the dude's phone, or a dude trying to get in the girl's phone, or leaving your phone alone in a room with your partner. You know what I mean? There's so many skits around just that alone. You know what I mean? Which is insecurity. You know, social media propagates so many negative things.
And people don't even realize it.
Yeah, and then too, like, the fact is, I personally don't give a shit if my woman go play with another nigga. Cause I know me and I'm secure in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't replace me. You can go play with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But you love basketball and I'm the basketball. You can take a break and play baseball for a minute, but you're gonna always want to dribble these balls. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You know, but being secure in who you are, what you bring to the table, what you fulfill for that person allows you to see a lot of times when somebody is kind of liking or having a crush on somebody else, it's usually for qualities that are completely separate from you. You know what I mean? It's usually some type of personality or physical type that's different than you. It's not a replacement of you. It's just, and like I always say, like, you have to think of sex and relationships just like any fucking thing else. There is nothing else to where you are expected to just have that one thing. Nobody expects you to eat broccoli for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your entire life. Nobody expects you to drive one car for the rest of your life. Nobody expects you to only love one of your kids or one of your parents or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But what's propagated in relationships, especially in this country, because our relationships are based on Christian morals, and that is based upon one man, one woman, and anything outside of that is immoral and fucked up and nasty, dirty and filthy and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really just try to make sure that my role in a relationship, one of my jobs in a relationship is to keep my shit in check. Keep my negative emotions in check, because jealousy doesn't help with nothing. You know what I'm saying? It does not. And then too, like, jealousy tends to make a person non-active in a relationship. You sit back and you look at the other person as, you shouldn't be doing this. I want to watch you not do it. Not, I'm going to participate to make sure that I'm secure in my role and in my lane. It makes you passive. It makes you, because what you're trying to do is insecurities and jealousy makes you make the other person constantly make a choice for you. It's always a choice of choosing you. Sometimes they got to choose themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that could be with anything. Where they live, career, playing with somebody else, whatever. That's why I always say too, you gotta kind of construct your own relationships. What works for you and the person that you're with. Because trying to follow some archaic ass rules, it's gonna be hard to walk through a lifetime with somebody like that. You know what I mean? Because shit happens.
You said not one thing in life is just one.
Huh?
You said not one thing in life is just one.
Just one?
Yeah,
like singular.
You said singular, like just broccoli for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like nobody expects you to eat like that. Like there is nothing except for relationships where you're expected to only have or be in love with just this one. You know what I'm saying? And then now you look at how many people are actually in open relationships, open marriages. How many people are swingers? How many people are poly? How many people are now prescribing to other relationship types? Because in this country, fuck, our divorce rate is like 75%. That's for a reason. The model isn't working. And people aren't wanting to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It just shit ain't working for nobody else. Why the fuck do I think it's gonna work for me? And now with more information and with the internet, and people are realizing, oh, there are other ways to have a relationship than this. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the internet has enhanced a lot of those like negative feelings towards things? Like, say for instance, like...
See, that's like a nature or nurture thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people feel like the internet breeds negativity and breeds drama. It's just like somebody be like, I don't have a Facebook no more. I deleted that shit. It wasn't nothing but drama. And
I feel like it's kind of what you make it at the same time.
You made that shit like that because I got a Facebook. Everybody on my Facebook is a real life friend or a family member. And there's no drama. I don't get into no drama on that motherfucker because drama is just not a part of my existence.
So I agree with that. Me personally, I completely agree with that. But the reason why I asked you that is because of a scenario that I just had with this young lady, and we were talking about it, and I'm about to read it to you. If that's
okay. Pause on that one. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into that question. Be right back. And we are back. So you were, we ended on some discussion you were having online.
Yeah, so a girl posted a photo and I responded accordingly, and then I'm just going to tell you guys this whole story. So she posted this photo. I guess I'll be the first guy to say it. If your dude ain't posting pics of you acknowledging that y'all are together on social media, he's either already cheating or at least talking to other females. Don't fall for that. I don't want no drama, or I don't like people in my business bullshit. Us men love to show off our trophies. It's a pride thing. Either he ain't proud of you or he still got a few stray hoes who would stop fucking with him if he did not post you on social media. And then her caption was, I'm trying to tell y'all, with a little like a face palm. And I responded back this: the accuracy is a bit off. Niggas like Jay-Z don't even have social media. This is such a new age day of thinking. Plus, that's like saying women don't do the same thing. You cannot make a big general statement like this. I don't really see many successful people being on social media anyways, unless their business is on there. Maybe Jay-Z isn't a good example, but then I could say others like Bill, Warren, Steve, and them are. She responded back and said, obviously we're not talking about the people who don't have social media. We're talking about the ones who do. And we're not talking about all platforms of social media. Would it make sense to post your girl or your man's on your business site? No, it's for those who have an appropriate social media profile to do that kind of shit. I said, feeling the need for your girlfriend or boyfriend to post you on any site is a new day of age of thinking, period. It's almost like the need of approval, acceptance, a sense of insecurity, damn near anxiety, a need for I, and me.
Well, that's that security thing, right? You feel secure in a relationship if everybody on the fucking planet can see that you're together. I know me personally, I don't really like doing that shit because there are just certain parts of my personal life I don't like out there, right? Because I don't like dealing with the shit of when it's over, right? I'm not gonna leave you up, so I hate having to go through my fucking timeline to erase you. You know what I'm saying? And I also hate the explanations. You know what I mean? Like, people start to notice, oh man, I ain't seen a picture of you and your old lady in a minute, da-da-da. I don't even want to have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a pretty move on type dude. When it's over, it's fucking over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are some women I make friendships with that I still maintain a friendship after we've been together. But generally, when it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, when me and my ex-wife ended, you know how long it took me to go through 10 years of marriage and photos on a goddamn Facebook? You know what I'm saying? Just because I know on Facebook they gonna hit that algorithm, and every fucking morning it's gonna be some 1 year ago,
1 year ago,
2 years ago.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? And I don't want to be seeing this shit every time I go on my Facebook, so I just went through and erased it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Except for, I mean, there's a couple pictures that were like memory, like momentous type things, or with the kids. But other than that, like, no, I'm not I'm taking all that shit off. And I just feel like sometimes, I just don't want to share that shit with the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody's business.
I'm glad you said that. So then, we kept going back and forth. So then, I finally popped her with like 8 questions. Big ones. Like, just thoughts that was on my mind. So I said a few things. And I'm just trying to see it from your perspective. So, why does them posting you make you feel better? I believe I worded that correctly. What makes you think just because they posted you that they're not still out doing other things with other people? Do you believe that that's a sense of...
Pause on that. And one thing I like about that is because we also live in a time to where more and more people are more willing to be a side chick or a side nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have... I mean, there's always been the side chick and side nigga for as long as history has existed. But I feel like nowadays it has become a category. It has become a thing. You know what I mean? Like, to be a side chick or to be a side nigga is almost equivalent to just having a regular relationship. People don't want the main responsibility. They don't want the main role. They don't want to put all of what goes into a relationship into somebody, so they'll be the side bus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you was on point with that one.
Then I was like, why do you believe that that's a sense of or do you believe that that's a sense of approval to be posted on a media site to make yourself feel better? Then I said, why do you think people even care to see that type of stuff in the first place? Have you ever heard of someone telling someone else about a person they liked or talked to or hooked up with or anything in that nature, and then that other person went off and pursued that boyfriend or girlfriend or partner? And then my last one was, why does someone else need to see that someone likes you to make you feel better? And then somewhere in our conversation list, I did also ask, or I did also make a statement saying that a lot of people actually are into basically what you were saying. A lot of people are, every individual has different interests, right?
Yeah.
And there are some people that actually get off, like enjoy being that person to either go for someone that's already taken, like, oh, that's a challenge to me. Or there are people that actually get off by being like, oh, nigga, I'm the side nigga. Like, I'm the side bitch. Like, there are people like that are interested in that type of thing. So what makes you think that you being posted is doing you any justice in the first place?
But also, people like that are the people that you usually see unfold their whole fucking relationship on Facebook. Every time they're pissed off, they're making a post. If a nigga this or a bitch that and da-da-da-da-da, posting the breakups, they're, you know what I mean? Like
those blank photos with just the words. It's like,
yeah, you know what I mean? They're unfolding their fucking relationships online. I personally couldn't do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna live my relationship out online. I don't want everybody in my fucking business. Now, that's an old school fucking way of living that don't really exist anymore. Nigga, what the fuck? Family business, stay in the house. What happened in the house, stay in the fucking house. You don't take that shit outside. With social media, there's a generation of people who don't know how to live a private life. They don't know how to have things that are just for them, that are just private. Everything has to be some type of group forum, group share, put out there. You know what I'm saying? And what's sad is when I see people my age doing that shit. Nigga, you too old for that. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? My brother does that shit. And I'm like, nigga, take your fucking life offline. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the most irritating things is people who always posting their personal shit and their relationship shit. You're creating divisions amongst your loved ones. Mm-hmm. Because your loved ones and your friends, they don't get to see all the good times that makes you attached to somebody. They just see all this bullshit that you post on your timeline, and they end up having a feeling about the person that you with. So they are not for the relationship. and you don't understand why. I don't know why everybody say I need to leave her, leave him, because you just put negative shit out there. Every time you in your feelings, you posting it, but when you having them happy moments, you're not really posting it. You know, it just I don't get it. Shit private for me.
So then that's when I asked. That's why I said, do you think the internet has really enhanced a lot of those feelings? And basically, those were the feelings that I was talking about with those questions and stuff.
I guess so, because even before where the internet is now, them motherfuckers were the people that just gossiped a lot. That anytime it was like, you know, 2-3 people together, whether it was at work, whether it was at grandma's house, whether it was on the corner, whether it was in the club or driving somewhere, they're always talking negative about who the fuck they're with. This bitch did this nigga did that, and I'm so fucking tired. There's only so long you can talk that shit before your friends and family are like, you need to leave this motherfucker. Period. You need to get out. Because all they're hearing is negative shit. That's why you need to keep your shit in-house. You know what I mean? Ups and downs. I mean, it's cool to share some shit, but you got to be aware of what you're sharing. You know what I mean? Because especially people who curate their relationship to look absolutely perfect online.
And it's not.
It's not. That's unrealistic. People know your shit is fake. And they're not going to be supportive because they believe it's fake. Pull your shit offline. Period. If I'm with somebody and I don't want to fucking post a picture of you on my shit, I'm not going to post a picture of you. Period. But for me, it doesn't have to do with having a side chick or some shit like that, because that's just kind of my lifestyle. You know what I mean? I can have multiple relationships. It's really a personal thing of, I don't want my business out there like that. Even, you know, on my show, I may talk about my life in great detail, but that's in the context of the show. When I get to my own social media that is directly connected to my friends and family, I'm not pulling everybody into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What was another topic that you had?
Let's see. So the next one is, would you go back to an ex because you knew they were the one, even if one of you in the relationship did some fucked up shit to the other?
Me personally, fuck no. I don't go backwards. I just don't.
I don't either.
No,
I would agree with you.
I can't do that.
I feel like once I'm at the point where I have completely moved on from my previous person or significant other, I just feel like zero attraction to them. Even if at the time I was very attracted to them and I was really interested in them, once I get over them, I'm not even interested in having like a friendship with them. Especially if one of us did some fucked up shit to the other.
What's the deal with that? And like not being able to have a friendship after relationships? I know a lot of people who are.
Because
who
if
do
you,
that.
this is my thing. If you done something to end the relationship, why the fuck do I want to be your friend? You know, my position in your life as your partner is a position above just being a friend. Mm-hmm. So if you could do me dirty when we're together, why would I believe that you would not do me dirty when we're just friends?
Yeah, I agree with that too. And I don't know, just personally for me, with the people that I have been with, I've never felt, we were just never on, like, I can see how you can be cordial and, like, you know, say what's up to your ex, like, stuff like that. I don't see a problem with that. I would probably do that too if I was in the position with any of my past relationships to do something like that. But I just am not actively trying to reach out and, like, talk to them.
No, I'm saying like there's people who, and I'm not even saying just like, oh yeah, I gotta reach out and talk to each other or whatever the case is. I'm just saying like y'all mutually broke up, right? It wasn't like either of y'all did any disrespectful things that is out of the boundaries of you guys' relationship. Y'all just mutually was just like, you know, it's time for both of us to move on. And then when y'all see each other, there's like, y'all just walk by each other. Y'all could be, oh, hey, how's it going? No, it's like a, whew, I don't even know you exist anymore.
I mean, I do have a few people that I was in relationships with that is like that I totally don't even acknowledge their existence.
Why is that? What's that feeling?
So there's one particular situation who this girl, she frequents my job. I don't even make eye contact. Like, she come in, she could be a mist of air. You know what I mean? The way we ended, I just was like, I have no interest in even speaking your name, talking to you, looking at you, none of that. Like, you disgust me. And
did y'all end mutually, or was it like like somebody fucked up?
No, this was the whole thing. Our relationship ended. We had a period of where we weren't talking, and then we started being friends, right? And in our friendship, a motherfucker hit me with some stupid shit that I was like, bitch, you are crazy. Do not. I had to tell her, if you ever talk to me again, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm telling you right now. Do not look at me. Do not speak to me. Nigga, we are on site terms.
Oh, it's that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was so fucking offended and upset. Even now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll kick that ass. give me 5 feet at all times. I'm not with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, I can't. That shit had me so pissed off.
But I'm just like, okay, there's nothing went wrong.
Then why did it end?
Why is there no friendship?
See, okay, so that's
he
a very
said. Then why did
thing.
why did it end?
Yeah, like.
So say for instance, okay, I mean I don't know, I've never been in this predicament, but
maybe like distance.
Yeah, let's say distance. You went to college. This is not working out. I'm not really with a long-term relationship. Okay, I understand. Thank you. All is well. Peace out. I see you in town when you come back for college, and I'm either A, acknowledging your existence, or B, I don't give a fuck that you're here. Why is the you aren't alive?
I mean, in that type of situation, I think it's a little different. You know what I mean? Like a job, a relocation, college, or something like that. It's probably okay to revisit that, especially if it ended on mutual good terms. But the majority of the time, it ain't a good idea to go back. It's just not. Shit is over, let it go. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I look at it. I'm not finna just... But if it's cool, like, distance, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody I was with before I got up here. And if she was like, I'm willing to move, yeah, I'd definitely be with her. Because I was so fucking in love with her. But I had to make the move for family and kids. You know what I mean? So she was like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to move. Oh, nigga, let's get a U-Haul. Let's make it happen right now. And they'd probably be on some, no, you don't need to go find a place. You got a home. Here go the house key. Let's get it popping.
So, but what, you still haven't given me what's that feeling of, nigga, you're not alive.
That's that, I hate you. I fucking hate your guts. I hate everything about you.
So then what about say for instance, you're with, have you ever had sexual partners that you have just, like you guys were just hooking up and then, so now you guys are no longer hooking up, but...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's like...
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
same
I've had
scenario.
partners like that throughout my life to where like we were hooking up and then one of us went into a relationship.
Yeah.
Or
Prime
some
example.
shit like that.
Prime example.
And then we were single again. Yeah, that's different. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have somebody you smashing, like a friends with benefits, that y'all don't really want to be in a relationship together, but both y'all are looking for relationships. I've had that. You know what I mean? To where like, oh, she went into a relationship, so we stopped sleeping together. And then I went into a relationship and we stopped sleeping together. And then when we're single, we just be fucking.
So let me get this straight. You've had relationships where both were single, smashing, one went into a relationship or both went into relationships, came back, and y'all was back smashing again, and everything was cool. So I mean, that's considered them or you going back to the person, but in terms of like relationships where you guys are committed, you saying that you would never go back.
Yeah, when it comes to like relationships, like a committed relationship, whether it's a poly, open, or whatever relationship, if we're in a relationship and it ends, it ended for a reason, right? Unless it's one of those small variables where like a move or some shit like that, to where living situations really kind of moved you out of the relationship. But if it's just something and it ended because nigga the relationship didn't work, then no, I'm not going back. I probably could still be friends. The only time where a relationship ends for me and I'm not willing to be friends is if a bitch do load me. You know what I mean? Like if she did me dirty, I'm good. But I also drive a very hard line of I do not accept any form of abuse at all. I have a hard line. I got a strict policy against that. So if I feel like you have put any type of abuse on me, whether it's trust, verbal, emotional, whatever, I'm done. I'm done. You out of my life. I mean, I do that shit with friends too. You know what I'm saying? I don't let friends abuse me. You know, so if it ended on something like that, I definitely ain't fucking with you.
What about you? Have you ever been in any of those situations? And two, what's that feeling you get when you can no longer bear someone's existence when you guys walk past each other?
I would say that I don't feel like it's a feeling of hate necessarily for me, because I feel like hate is a very strong
Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you.
I just feel like for me it's just a feeling of like no interest. Like I'm not interested in what you're up to, what you're on, how you been. I'm not interested in having even like a casual conversation with you. It all just feels like to me like, for what? Like why am I having this conversation with you? Why am I talking to you? I'm not like, there's not even like a friendship level of interest. Like there's just no interest for me. I'm just not interested in you at all. Like I got over you and now I'm just done. Like I have no feeling towards you. As far as experiences that I've been in, I mean, I've definitely been cordial with people that I've fucked with in the past. Not like on any like relationship type stuff, but just like was fucking around with them. I can totally be cordial. Like I have no problem with that, because it's just not as many feelings as involved. But as far as that, I don't even think I've ever ran into an ex of mine, like relationship wise. So I don't even know what I would do. But I don't think, I mean, if they don't go out of their way to say, oh, hey Tiffany, or oh, hey Lady T, what's up? I don't think I would.
My bad. I was just showing nasty pictures.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know, man. Like, I really drive a hard line to that. Like, if some shit ended, let it be. You know what I'm saying? I personally just watched too many people like go back into relationships and back into relationships for the shit to just not work and not work and not work and just fucking waste time.
So you think if it don't work the first time, it won't work the second time?
I don't want to know. I mean, me personally, if I'm in a relationship, I really try to give my all and my best. And if it don't work, it just don't. It's not gonna work.
Did you do that when you was young though? When you didn't like when were you able to?
I did. I really did. Like my first real serious relationship out of the streets was my 12-year-old's mom, and that ended because we both were still learning shit, you know what I'm saying? But I really was giving my all. You know what I mean? Like, she stood by me while I came out of the streets, while I went to rehab, while I got my GED, while I went to college, while I started building my career. And I really kind of gave that my all. You know what I'm saying? Monogamous and the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? But we just were so different. And our personalities were so different. You know, she just was kind of raised in a family where a man wasn't a factor. And I was raised by my dad, who was raised by my grandfather. I'm from a family with hella men. And like, I don't mean like these new ass, paint your fingernail ass dudes. I mean like John Wayne, Clint Eastwood type dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad volunteered for Vietnam. He did 3 tours. My grandfather was in World War II. My dad's brother was in the fucking Navy during the war. My mom's brothers, you know what I mean? These type of like really traditionally masculine male figures. So me and her, we clashed on a lot of things. Just the idea of a man taking care of her was a problem. So like...
But is that wrong for her though?
It was, because it came from an unbalanced upbringing.
Do you think that's unbalanced?
Well, like...
But do you think yours was unbalanced?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Who's considered unbalanced? Who's to say that her
I'll give
being
you an
able
example.
to her being able to individual what's the word I'm looking for? Her being able to hold her own shit. How is that unbalanced?
I'll give you an example. We would lay in bed, right, and we were talking about having a child. She would go through this scenario in her mind. Oh, I can't wait until I get pregnant. You know, when I'm like 5 months, I'm moving with my mom, and then when I have the baby. Like, she would go through like this whole 2 years of our dream child's life where I wasn't even in it. Now, mind you, we're in our own house. We live together. We'd been together a couple years. It didn't even really dawn on her, okay, you're talking about once we get pregnant, you're going to leave our home to go move in with your mama. And
that's a little...
Your mom and your auntie, but that was literally the cycle in her family.
Oh, and that's what they wanted,
you know what
too.
I'm saying? Like, you get pregnant, you ain't got no baby daddy because this motherfucker done left or whatever, and mamas and aunties help you raise this kid. Because I asked her one time, I said, nigga, you realize I'm laying in the bed with you, right? Like, you realize you got a man, we have a home. What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna move in with your mama. Do you expect us to move in with your mama? Like, you're not mentioning me nowhere in... And she was like, oh, I just didn't. But, like, her dad had left when she was real young. You know, her mom is an open lesbian, has a wife. It's kind of like a matriarchal family, just all women. It just was too imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was two alphas, an alpha female and an alpha male, trying to come together, and it just was no give. But I will say this:
You don't think two alphas could be together?
somebody has to bow down a little.
Someone has to be the beta?
Not beta,
Somebody
but
has
just
to be the submissive. Like, nigga, only one person can drive a car. Nigga, you can have a co-pilot, a navigator. There has to be a lead and there has to be a follow.
You said it can't be two stubborns.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You know what I mean? So
No.
it's like with us, it was too much of a clash. But I will say this: I don't think I have a deeper friendship with anybody else on this planet. That is 100% my nigga. I mean, we also knew each other since we were 13. You know what I mean? And she is one of the closest family members that I have next to my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, so our bond, for some reason, is deeper than it ever was when we were in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby mama, but she can call me right now and be like, oh, I need this. I got you. She could tell me her other kid, oh man, he need this. Nigga, I got you. She could tell me right now, hey, I need to move up there and I need to stay with you. I got you. She has never, ever, one time let me fall without holding me up.
So do you think that comes from your child with her, or do you think that comes from the relationship that y'all built?
I think it comes from a couple things. I think it comes from the years that we known each other, because there were a lot of, I guess you would say, hood shit that happened in our lives growing up together. That comes from the relationship that we had together. That comes from us having a kid together. And I think that comes, you know what? I would say it comes from the fact that no matter what our relationship was, we never let the other person down. You know what I mean? Even when I fucking hated her goddamn guts, if she was like, yo, I need this, I need your help, I just was there. Anytime I ever needed her, she was there. And I don't know if that comes from us really not being able to get that from our own families or whatever it was, but it's just a mix of a whole bunch of shit. I got her until the coffee, period. You know what I'm saying? So even with that relationship didn't work. We're friends, and you know, we've had times to where like, nigga, we was just smashing, you know what I'm saying? But even with that, we had a very strong ability to maintain a friendship.
Quick question.
Not get sloppy with that.
Quick question.
Yeah.
What time, it's kind of separate from the conversation, but what time the liquor store close? 10?
I don't know.
I think the latest is 10.
10, right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get perking?
You said what?
You trying to get perking?
Perkin?
Yeah.
What's perkin?
Tipsy. Buzz. Feeling yourself.
Is that that's
Movement.
that's a
Motion.
Kelly movement? I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, actually, yes, I
Trying to
am.
get wavy?
Wavy, yeah. Trying to get wavy. Damn, is there a liquor store out here?
There's one.
Yo, man, hey, Washington has ridiculous tax on alcohol.
Oh, you
man.
can just get liquor from like Safeway out here.
Yeah, but
Because they don't have liquor stores. I mean, you just
no, you can like the Safeway up the street got hard liquor, but
Yeah.
nigga, if the bottle is $20, nigga, when you get to the register, it's gonna be like 28 or some shit.
I mean, that's not bad.
just tell your homeboys to pitch in. It's nothing.
Oh man, where is the nearest liquor store, people? All right,
You need to run to the liquor store?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Because I was gonna offer you a shot of that Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Is that shit?
Yeah,
I'm
that's that
good.
shit.
Hey, y'all.
It wasn't that bad.
If
was
y'all
it?
don't
I would take a shot right now.
you buck wild. You so damn
It
buck
was. It's
wild.
not that
It was
bad.
fun.
Hey, it sounds. You tell these people what's already in it. You tell them what's in it.
All right.
Listen to how many people
So I'm pretty
comment
sure
how crazy this man is.
All the listeners know what Green Dragon is, right? Because Green Dragon is kind of big in the Bay. It's like vodka or tequila infused with weed.
It's death.
But I make this shit called Phoenix.
Death 2.0.
You know what I mean? Nah, what happens to a Phoenix?
Doesn't it like rise out of the?
Yo, man, as it grows, it gets bright and bright and bright, and it just evolves. And then when it dies, you know, it bursts into flames.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
a baby Phoenix
Comes out of the
rises
ashes.
from the ashes.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I know that part.
So
Sick shit.
everybody, you're gonna want to write down this recipe.
This man's twisted.
It is one bottle of Everclear, which is 195 proof, right?
Which is a 99% alcohol.
95. No.
95.
98. I think it's like 98%.
I almost died from
98.
it. I almost died from it, y'all.
So you take
I was fine.
you take one bottle of Everclear,
Puke and throw up.
and the strains I use 3 strains of sativa, pure sativa, and then
Pure.
I use one
He put
strain.
3 pounds in there, y'all.
Then I use one strain of indica, right? So you have to take all 4
pounds.
strains, right? You have to decarboxylate it, which means you got to put it in the oven like a 375 for like 30 minutes to activate the THC. Once you do that, you pour the Everclear into a big jar, and you kind of do a double boil method. You put the jar in a big pot of water and let it boil. But you take all of the weed and you put it in the jar with the Everclear. Then, once you have the weed in the jar of Everclear,
He's still going. This is
you add.
a concoction at this point.
I would say my measurement is 1/8 shrooms, but a half ounce of shrooms is pretty good too.
Half ounce. Listen to
I wouldn't
this.
really go over a half ounce of shrooms because then the chemical components in the shrooms will overpower the THC. So you let that shit simmer on a low boil for a couple hours. I just let it go, right? Until every bit of fucking THC and everything out of the shrooms is in the liquid.
Till your heart stops beating.
No. Then you, once you do that, you let it cool down. You take a funnel, you pour it all in a bottle, right? Everything, the liquid, the herbs,
He's
everything.
basically saying till you stop seizuring.
You cap that up, you put it in a dark place, right? You wrap it in a towel.
You put you
it
in a
dark-
plastic
Why
bag
you gotta put it in
and
a
throw
dark place?
and throw
because
you in the lake.
It lets all the chemicals bond.
The body odor, your body
like a
odor
curing
cannot be
process.
smelled in the lake.
It's like a curing process, right? So you wrap it.
Murder, she wrote.
Wrap it in a
Murder.
towel. You put it in a dark place for a week, 7 days.
Wow.
And when you pull it out, you're gonna strain. You're gonna get a coffee filter and like a funnel. Put the filter in the funnel, and you're gonna pour the Everclear through it into another bottle so that you're removing all of the plant material.
Wow.
And then you just have.
I
liquid.
think you should start selling this.
Nah, man.
Nah, I don't want to be responsible for deaths.
None of that. I can get a recipe of what I make and drink. You could do whatever you could do with that, whatever the fuck you want. I'm not making that and selling that shit to nobody because one bottle usually runs about $100 to $150 to make. But if you make a good bottle, one shot, you're done. So one bottle could last you the whole fucking year. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I was actually telling my mother about this because she's a lightweight. And I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, because I was telling her I took a shot of it. And I was already like tipsy and I got high. And I was telling her, I'm like, Mom, you need to get this bottle. You just take half a shot. I'm like, you'll be good for the rest of the night. You don't even need to drink. And she was like, man, maybe I will.
But I told you to take a shot with you.
I did take a shot.
No, with you. You took a shot, but you didn't take one with you.
Basically, like drink and drive and like pass the fuck out.
Not
crash.
drink and drive, nigga. Put some in a bottle, take it home.
Oh. Oh, hey, I'm actually down.
So basically, like, not die at his house, so he's not responsible.
Yeah, you die at my house, you going to the lake.
See, he was
The
basically
pig farmers,
Yeah.
you gonna take me? Take me to the pig farmers?
7 days.
Let me tell you something. That pig farmer shit, that hog farm shit, is still a skeleton left. Pigs don't eat through bone like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they just eat anything you throw at them.
Tarp bricks and a good lake. That's where you going, cause
Tarp.
Wrap your ass in tarp.
look, you a gypsy,
Not-
but you look
I'm
like
not a
white
gypsy.
girl. There is no way I'm calling the ambulance and the police to my house. It's 2 niggas.
You said everybody's going to jail.
No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that one.
It's okay, my family will understand.
Yo, D, you better put her in your trunk. Take her somewhere.
Nigga, you got the room.
You know what I'm saying? But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap up this show, and we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate your time, and appreciate you guys listening. Peace.
Love.
See y'all.
Thank you for listening. And if you like this show and you want to help us grow, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast or just an episode that you like the most. And also leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or wherever you catch us. If you would like to make a donation to the show, please go to our page at hklogic.podbean.com and become a patron of the show. If you would like to contact us, you can email us at hardknocklogic@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 510-255-4546. Again, that's 510-255-4546. And you can always catch all of our content on this network at hklogic.podbean.com. Hope you come back. Hope you give us another listen. Peace.